Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Salango Law. Get results, not excuses.
Hey, welcome in. Got you your latest forecast. Made it to a Friday. Dry out the door across the entire state to start the day. An isolated shower and storm can't be ruled out. It's a very low chance today of an isolated brief shower. It'll be waking up tomorrow morning. Increasing cloud cover. Our next low pressure comes in, swinging a front. So some scattered to numerous showers do look possible to likely for the state, with some general thunderstorms that are possible. Later today, northwest of us, areas Kentucky, Ohio, included a marginal risk of some isolated severe storms, some damaging winds possible with storms out there today that we are missing. Fly CRW forecast, it starts at home. Atlanta 83, Chicago 72. On the right side there, Charlotte, Orlando, Tampa, Myrtle Beach, highs 80s and 70s. Watching some thunderstorm potential in areas of the Carolinas later for the weekend. From Panhandle to Panhandle, again, a low chance of a shower this afternoon, most likely dry as we warm up in the ranks of the upper 70s to low 80s for today, locally some mid 80s. And then late overnight, waking up tomorrow morning, showers are generally likely with a chance of a passing thunderstorm. In eastern areas, a low chance of an isolated shower storm this afternoon. Again, very low chance. It'll be more favorable late overnight into tomorrow, warming up in the 70s and 80s today. 50s tonight with some likely Saturday rain. Likely dry from west to east up here. Highs upper 70s to mid 80s today. Parkersburg heavy at 84. Late overnight and waking up tomorrow morning. I'll keep eyes on the radar when that front swings in for some likely rain and chances of thunderstorms. The south likely dry. A brief isolated shower, mostly near some of the foothills and the high terrain. Mid 80s and Charleston today, 60 overnight. Saturday rain likely, chance of thunderstorms. Sunday, any lingering showers ending early. Tuesday, rain likely again.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at Salango Law.
Made it to a Friday. It's a steam release Friday. Chris Stirewalt will join us as well. Metro News Talkline, ready to go.
Do not attempt to change the station. You are surrounded. We interrupt this program to bring you an emergency news bulletin. Repeat, this is an emergency bulletin. Keep your radio turned on.
From the studios of WVRC Media and the Metro News Radio and Television Network, the voice of West Virginia, comes the most powerful show in West Virginia. This is Metro News Talkline with Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows.
Check set lineup link. Activated Telos telephone. Switch network control from Charleston to Morgantown.
Stand by. Q Dave and TJ. You're on. Metro News Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Good morning. Welcome inside the Encova Insurance Studios. Dave Wilson with you in Morgantown. TJ Meadows is in Charleston. Jake Link, I say, is the video producer if you're watching on the Metro News television app, YouTube, and Facebook Live. Sophia Wasik handles the audio side of things. You can thank her if you're listening in on one of our great radio affiliates across the state of West Virginia. 800-765-8255. That is the phone number, 800-765-TALK, T-A-L-K. You can text the show at 304-TALK, 304-825-5304. Get ready. Think about it now. Prepare. Steam release coming up 11:33. We'll talk to Chris Stirewalt in the second hour as well. Also scheduled to visit with Janet McNulty, one of the five or six Republican challengers for U.S. Senate. She'll join us later on in the first hour this morning. Brad McElhinny will join us in just a couple of minutes, but first we must say good morning to TJ Meadows in the Charleston and Cove Insurance Studios. Good morning, TJ.
Morning, sir. How you doing today?
It's Friday. I'm doing great.
Yeah, Friday. It's beautiful weather. I think it's like a 72, 73 degree day I think we're expecting here. At least that's what it was when I came in. Nice, man. Nice.
That sounds like a guy that's got a tea time.
4?
Should be a beautiful. Seriously, going to get in 9 or 18 today, or
I am hoping. I'm hoping to squeeze a little bit in before I pick my kids up. We'll see how lucky I am.
Nice. Well, we'll have you cleared by 11:59:50, TJ. That
Sounds
I
good.
can guarantee you. Let's bring Brad McElhinny into the conversation, MetroNews statewide correspondent. He's got a breakdown and a story at WVMetroNews.com this morning. Political machine, Morrissey's political machine, laying down big bucks heading into the Republican primary. Brad, good morning, and thanks for joining us.
Oh, hello, and good morning. So the governor, Patrick Morrissey, has made no secret of his desire to participate heavily in this competitive Republican primary. He's been going around the state. He's been doing endorsements. He's been making videos with people. This is a little unorthodox, especially in a primary, but the biggest split in West Virginia politics is different kinds of Republicans. And the governor would like more influence on these House and Senate races. A political action committee that is heavily associated with Patrick Morrissey is putting its money where his mouth is. It's raised roughly $500,000, and its spending has ramped up in recent weeks. And you can tell based on that spending who the governor's preferred and unpreferred candidates are. This is Sugar Maple PAC, and it has put $39,000 towards incumbent Senator Kevin Bartlett from Kanawha County, $30,000 from Senator Laura Wacom Chapman from Ohio County. Senator Ann Sharnock, an incumbent from Kanawha County, has gotten $26,000 in support from Sugar Maple so far. Jonathan Comer, a challenger who's going up against incumbent Vince Deeds. Jonathan Comer, friend of the Morrisseys, has gotten a little more than $16,000 from Sugar Maple. Chris Pritt, a former member of the House of Delegates, notably played a leadership role in Morrissey's gubernatorial campaign, $13,000 from Sugar Maple. And then on the other side, it's spending against people too. Vince Deeds, who I just mentioned, the incumbent senator from Greenbrier County, has had $36,000 spent against him. Tom Takubo, former Republican majority leader in the state Senate, Kanawha County Republican, $27,900 spent against him. Joe Eddy, who is up against Laura Wacom Chapman in the Northern Panhandle, almost $16,000 spent against him. Sugar Maple has spent a little more than $15,000 against Michael Jarouge, who is up against Ann Sharnock for that unexpired Kanawha County term. And then, more spending. That's the top line spending, but a significant amount, thousands of dollars against incumbent Delegate Clay Riley of Harrison County, against Delegate Scott Heckert of Wood County, against the House Finance Chairman Vernon Criss of Wood County, against incumbent Jeffrey Stevens of Marshall County, and against incumbent Gary Howell of Mineral County. So, the governor himself hitting the road for people, cutting videos, doing endorsements, and then this political action committee just, as they say in political science, spinning out the wazoo here in the weeks before the election.
So I'm trying to make this make sense. Governor is a prolific fundraiser. I think we all agree on that. Showed it with these PACs and what he's been able to do. I mean, that's impressive. Spending big, willing to do it, willing to take the risk that if this doesn't work out, he could be a lame duck governor, or he could get his own people and do what he wants to do. Understandable. But let's look deeper. Is the message here, I wonder, Brad, Dave, more about 2028 in that potential gubernatorial challengers in a Republican primary, don't mess with me. Look what kind of money I'm able to raise and look at the resources I can bring to the table. I'm powerful. Don't mess with me. Is that possible? Is that what the governor's doing here in this too? Are two things true at the same time?
I take it to be a flex, the fundraising, as well as trying to extend influence all around the state and trying to shape the legislature to be more of a Morrissey fit. One thing that I puzzle about, honestly, is, okay, let me go back a second. I think that the governor is more comfortable and really takes a greater interest in this kind of political activity rather than, meeting with the legislature, trying to be persuasive during the legislative session. I think he's having a great time. But when I listen carefully to what he says, when I look at the flyers that are going around, I'm a little lost on what policies he really would like to see. It's really, he talks about needing rock solid conservatives and people on the Trump team, but that's about as detailed as it gets. Is it about school choice? Some of the biggest donors to this political action committee are heavy into school choice. Is it about certificate of need, which is an issue that deals with the markets of healthcare spending? But I don't know that Toby and Edith are deeply motivated by certificate of need. I just don't quite understand really what is a foul in the governor's view, and what is stuff that would get you on his good side. I'm deeply confused.
Couple of thoughts here. TJ, to your point, and Brad, to your point, I think school choice is a big factor in these political action committees. At least up in the Northern Panhandle, a lot of flyers regarding school choice. And if you look at the candidates that the governor is backing and opposing, you can also look at the Hope Scholarship bill this year that would have put a cap on the Hope Scholarship, made changes to Hope Scholarship. Many of, and in fact, most of the candidates he's opposing were in favor or at least supported that bill in some shape, form, or fashion. That's number one. Number two, TJ, the flex, I think you're onto something, but it only works if you win. It only works if you win. And remember, Governor Morrissey's cap in West Virginia, whether it has been polling or in a contested primary, was about, 35%? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, the flex, maybe there is a flex here to show what is possible in 28. But you better win to back the flex up. It's like the guy at the gym that's standing in the mirror looking at himself but only curls 25 pounds. Then you go, oh, okay, well, that's not much to write home about. So all the above, guys, is my answer to what you guys brought up. I think it's a little bit of all the above when you look at the spending, the PACs, the issues, the look ahead. It's all of that. It's all of that.
You're spot on, Dave. It's one thing to have the flex and have the strategy. It's another thing is whether or not the counterparty thinks it's effective. And frankly, those who would run against Governor Morrissey could self-finance their own campaigns. They don't need PAC money to be able to do it. So I'm not sure that it's really that effective with those who might challenge him. And, man, it is going to be, if he wins on an election night, it's huge. It's big. If he loses, it'll be a thud like none other. That's really what this comes down to.
What if it's in the middle, guys?
Oh, jeez.
What if it's that scenario we talked about yesterday where the majority switches, but it's only by 1 or 2, and it's not a clear cut one way or the other? Content. That's what it means, Brad. It's content.
I think longer term, that scenario probably would mean more of what we've got in the last couple of years, which is just 60 days of legislative sessions that are not especially inspiring, that don't have big ideas, that don't have any sort of major thrust. It would just be sort of, I hate to predict a fizzle 2 years in advance, but without a clear-cut leadership team, I see fizzle.
Well, sometimes Toby and Edith are smarter than we give them credit for. If they were to do that, if they were in their collective wisdom, which may or may not be intentional, put you in that situation, Dave, of middle ground, they're saying, we don't trust any of you. Therefore, we're not going to give you the ability to screw things up.
MetroNews statewide correspondent Brad McElhinny joining us. Brad, if we can switch gears for just a moment. You had an update on, I believe we've termed it as the Greenbrier turns, and now there are more state tax issues with the Greenbrier as it is entangled in this ownership battle with TRT Holdings, the Justice family. What's the latest on the resort?
These are sales tax liens newly placed on the Greenbrier, meaning that the allegation from the state tax department is that the Greenbrier collected hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales taxes from people making purchases as they visited the hotel. And then that is just supposed to be a bounce pass. It is supposed to be collected from the consumer and sent directly to the state. But the claim here from the state is that the Greenbrier has not done that. There were 4 new liens of adding up to about $2.36 million placed against the Greenbrier just this month for billing periods going back months ago. In fairness, the Greenbrier was released from a couple of liens also dating back months. Those add up to a lesser amount, $771,000. So, a narrow takeaway, which is that this tax issue continues to plague the Greenbrier and the state where Jim Justice, the owner of the Greenbrier, used to be the governor, is not getting the benefit of those sales tax dollars. The broader view is this is not exactly specifically related to the claims by Omni Resorts and its family of businesses in the federal court system, but it's a plank within that. Omni's owners are saying, we hold the debt, we hold the collateral on the Greenbrier, and that needs to be protected. Please name a receiver. And one of their arguments is, among many, is, look, the Greenbrier can't even pay its sales taxes. Obviously, this asset needs to be protected. Not being able to pay your sales taxes for that length of time could commonly be viewed as default. And so it's the things are not related directly, but they overlap. And, I think that there is likely to be even more said about this tax issue as the other one, the Omni claim on the property, moves forward in federal court.
It raises the question, and Brad, I love the term bounce pass, because that's really what it is. It's not your money. You collect it on behalf of the state. It's to be remitted, as you point out in your piece, depending on what the tax department tells you and grades you, either monthly, quarterly, annually. It's not your money. So where is that money going? We obviously don't know. We can speculate, but where is that money going, number one? Number two, at some point, does this all stick? It's never stuck. I mean, no one's ever really politically put it on the line with Jim Justice. And look, I like the senator, but it's never been something that's mattered in a voting booth. At some point, when you don't pay taxes and you owe all of this money to the state, does it stick? And until it sticks, I mean, the state can put all the liens they want. It doesn't seem to be making any change. At what point do you go in and say, well, if you're not going to pay your taxes, we're going to shut this part of the hotel down, or we're not going to let you do X, Y, and Z? I mean, something has to give, doesn't it?
I mean, the casino and the liquor license all depend on being up to speed on your taxes. You don't have to be fully up to speed. You can have a plan, and that appears to be what the Greenbrier is doing, sort of paying off the old stuff, even if new stuff mounts. Mm-hmm. I see people's comments. I mean, people say in the comments section, pay your taxes, Jim. Pay your bills, Jim. The voters, though, have not viewed it that way, a majority of voters. And, to tie it back to the first segment, Patrick Morrisey is going around flexing his political power, the current governor. There have been all kinds of rumors, just between me and TJ and Dave, all kinds of rumors that Jim Justice may want to come back in 2028 and run as governor. But if the Greenbrier is taken away from him and his family, does that finally soak in with the public? Does it present, a political weakness for him that would make him think twice about trying to make a return as governor? It's all very intriguing, and there are pieces on the move in all areas of the highest portions of West Virginia politics.
And Brad McElhinny keeps track of all of them. MetroNews Statewide correspondent Brad McElhinny. Brad, excellent job. As always, have a great weekend, sir.
Hey, thanks. You too.
304-TALK, 304. That's the text line, 800-765-TALK. That's the phone number. Talk line from the Coven Stern Studios, just underway.
Senator Shelley Moore Capito is more than a true conservative and proud West Virginian. She's a champion of our way of life. She doesn't just fight, she delivers, working with President Trump to close the border and keep our families safe, protect our energy jobs, and cut taxes, and establishing the New River Gorge National Park, a powerful economic engine. Shelley Moore Capito, our senator, our champion.
I'm Shelley Moore Capito, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Capito for West Virginia.
Approach your retirement with confidence. With over 150 years of combined experience, the advisors of the Stike team at Wealth Enhancement Group provide advice and wealth management strategies to individuals, families, small businesses, professional offices, and institutions. With the Stike team, you'll have access to an advising team with extensive resources, a client-first mindset, and a passion for helping transform the lives of those we serve. Visit wealthenhancement.com/Stike today and join the team that's dedicated to your success.
Coal-based generation remains the backbone of West Virginia's energy portfolio, ensuring reliability, security, and affordable electricity throughout the region. Our coal plants are engineered for performance, designed to run most efficiently at or near a 70% capacity factor. This level of operation is not arbitrary. It's based on sound engineering principles, scientific analysis, and has been formally adopted by the West Virginia Legislature as a reasonable target for optimal performance. When our coal fleet operates near that benchmark, it provides stable power to the grid, maintains cost efficiency, and supports thousands of good-paying jobs across our state. Coal generation also drives local tax revenue that sustains schools, infrastructure, and community services. Working in partnership with state leaders and the Trump administration, we're ensuring that our coal fleet remains modern, efficient, and ready to power West Virginia and beyond for decades to come. This message brought to you by the West Virginia Coal Association and Friends of Coal.
Tens of thousands of hardworking West Virginians earn their living in our state's growing natural gas industry, including thousands for Antero Resources, West Virginia's top natural gas producer. Antero's investments are boosting our local workforce and small businesses. We're proud to give back and invest locally to support West Virginia workers producing West Virginia energy. But the Mountain State's best days are ahead, and Antero Resources is just getting started. Visit AnteroResources.com to learn more.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
5, 3. For your daily fix of sports in West Virginia, there's only one stop.
I would imagine a group of you got together and watched the Mountaineers last night. What were your thoughts on that performance?
It was funny, we were sitting with a guy last night, and he said, all right, I'm going to go put $1,000 on it. Well, down the stretch of that ball game, he's looking at us like, are you kidding me? And sure enough, the Mountaineers came back. I saw him today. He said, yep, I'm putting another $1,000 on them tomorrow.
Sportsline on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
MetroNews Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
I have neglected to mention this, and I should have been mentioning it all along because Jake Link, our outstanding video producer, has been taking care of this. If you miss any of our interviews with any of the candidates who will be on the ballot for the May 12th primary, we have them for you. They are archived in their entirety over on the Metro News TV app, so you can go back and watch and listen and rewatch and re-listen to all of those interviews. Again, Jake is archiving those specially cut out for you. If you go over to the Metro News TV app, I think we have it on the Facebook or the YouTube page as well. You can find those interviews. We'll have them all there for you as we lead up to the May 12th primary election. And, of course, we'll have election night coverage across the Metro News Radio Network. And am I forgetting anything? Early voting starts on Wednesday. Janet McNulty, Republican running for U.S. Senate. I am told we have confirmed her for about 15 minutes from now.
Yeah. A personal question, if I may. Are you an early voter or do you like day of?
No, I early vote because I am usually very busy day of. Given the job, TJ, I got things to do on election day.
Yeah.
I like early voting. If you want to open that can of worms, I actually prefer it because it makes it easier for me.
Yeah.
With the job. So
I've done it. There's something romantic to me about going the day of and all that kind of thing. And I'll take my kids with me. But this year I may have to early vote too. I don't know. But to each his own.
Yep. Early voting, what is it? Wednesday, the 10-day early voting period opens up. Speaking of the primary, the Secretary of State's office released updated voter registration numbers. We'll talk about that. And what's going on with Star Academies? There was a piece in the Wall Street Journal recently with West Virginia featured prominently. We'll get into those subjects. Text lines wide open, 304-TALK-304. Janet McNulty before the end of the hour as well. Lots to do. Not a lot of time to do it. This is Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios. We'll be back in a moment. Let's check in with the Metro News Radio Network coming up on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. It is 10:30, time to get a news update. Let's check in with the Metro News Radio Network, find out what's happening across the great state of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Solango Law. Get results, not excuses.
Hey, welcome in. Got you your latest forecast. Made it to a Friday. Dry out the door across the entire state to start the day. An isolated shower and storm can't be ruled out. It's a very low chance today of an isolated brief shower. It'll be waking up tomorrow morning. Increasing cloud cover. Our next low pressure comes in, swinging a front. So some scattered to numerous showers do look possible to likely for the state with some general thunderstorms that are possible. Later today, northwest of us, areas Kentucky, Ohio included a marginal risk of some isolated severe storms, some damaging winds possible with storms out there today that we are missing. Fly CRW forecast, it starts at home. Atlanta 83, Chicago 72. On the right side there, Charlotte, Orlando, Tampa, Myrtle Beach, highs 80s and 70s. Watching some thunderstorm potential in areas of the Carolinas later for the weekend. From Panhandle to Panhandle, again, a low chance of a shower this afternoon. Most likely dry as we warm up in the ranks of the upper 70s to low 80s for today. Locally, some mid 80s. And then late overnight, waking up tomorrow morning, showers are generally likely with a chance of a passing thunderstorm. In eastern areas, a low chance of an isolated shower storm this afternoon. Again, very low chance. It'll be more favorable late overnight into tomorrow, warming up in the 70s and 80s today. 50s tonight with some likely Saturday rain. Likely dry from west to east up here. Highs upper 70s to mid 80s today. Parkersburg, heavy at 84. Late overnight and waking up tomorrow morning. I'll keep eyes on the radar when that front swings in for some likely rain and chances of thunderstorms. To the south, likely dry. A brief isolated shower, mostly near some of the foothills and the high terrain. Mid 80s in Charleston today, 60 overnight. Saturday, rain likely, chance of thunderstorms. Sunday, any lingering showers ending early. Tuesday, rain likely again.
This is Ben Solango with Solango Law. Solango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted Best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Solango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Solango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at Solango Law.
When you hired me, you were 29. You seemed like you were 50 when you were 29. You were running that thing like a 50-year-old man. All right, we got to go get some tape. Come on, get out of there.
I think I've sort of always been 50, and I think I'm 50 now.
Yeah, me too.
That's a great point.
Join Tony Carini, Brad Howe, and Hoppy Kercheval for 3 Guys Before the Game. Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronewstv.com.
Chris Stirewalt, top of the hour, will join us. We'll talk about the whole hog and beef when Chris joins us coming up top of the hour. Steam release is 1 hour from now, so think about what you want to say. What's been troubling you all week? Get your steam ready. 304-TALK-304 is the text line. 800-765-8255 is the phone number. Secretary of State's office putting out new voter registration data yesterday ahead of the May 12th primary. Of course, Tuesday was the last day you could register to vote in the primary election or update your voter registration status. Secretary of State Chris Warner sent out data stating that the total number of eligible voters, 1.198 million registered voters in West Virginia. Here's where it gets interesting. The release also reported that since January 31st, 2024, 68,235 registered West Virginia voters have switched parties. The report shows 20,003 switched from unaffiliated to Republican, almost 17,000 switched from Democrat to Republican, a little over 12,000 went from Democrat to unaffiliated, 7,500 switched from Republican to unaffiliated, 5,200 from unaffiliated to Democrat, and there were about 2,400 voters who switched from Republican to Democrat. With all of that said, I'm not sure what conclusion you draw from those numbers, TJ, but other than Republicans continue to add to voter rolls, I don't know if it's the numbers they were hoping for following the decision to close the primary, and the Democrat Party is still sliding when it comes to voter registration totals.
Yeah.
Those are the broad ones.
Yeah. I don't know that you can draw any concrete conclusions as much as we can put a couple of hypotheses on the table. And I looked at the numbers, did some thinking last night. Here's what I came up with. One, Republicans continue to dominate, period. That's obvious. They continue to grow. Two, Democrat brand, it's weak. It continues to become weaker with these demise. That's pretty easy to come up with. Here's the deal. The closed primary, I think it matters, but why does it matter? With the closed primary, are you incentivizing people to register so that they can be part of the process and make their vote count in the Republican primary, or is that truly an ideological change? Are people truly coming over to the Republican Party because they were independents and they're conservatives? I don't know yet. But there is still a significant number of unaffiliated voters. And even though some have moved Republican, that category is still relevant. It's still relevant, and it remains to be seen how, if at all, they will express what I believe is their displeasure with being excluded from the primary. Does that matter in the general? Are they willing to back Democrats, at least to some extent, in order to throw an elbow and send a message in the general election? I don't know. It's too early. We don't have any solid data one way or the other, but I think those are some of the conclusions, or well, there I go, some of the hypotheses that you can put on the table that may or may not make sense.
I agree with you. I don't know how you measure the impact of the decision to close the primary election as a motivator to switch parties or to go from unaffiliated to Republican. I agree with you there. And I guess we'll just have to wait to see when we get to November if Democrats are able to pick up any ground, whether that is gain a couple of seats. And look, any ground will be an improvement for Democrats right now.
Yes.
Whether that is a seat or two in the Senate, whether that's a handful of seats over in the House. So you have to be told, here's the problem for the Democrat Party. The Republicans' problem is now the party is so broad, you have different factions within it. The problem for the Democrats, TJ, is the national party. You can't disassociate yourself with its platform, and that nationally, the National Democrat Party platform is not popular here in West Virginia at all.
No, there's big differences.
Even if you are a middle-of-the-road, moderate candidate who's talking about kitchen table issues, you still have to overcome that, whether you're running for Senate or House in those districts, and that's going to be tough for these candidates in November.
Yeah, I am surprised that no one has really taken up the point, because I think it's a solid point that could actually have some change about the fact that with a closed primary, that the state funds, you're essentially locking out certain taxpayers from being able to contribute in this narrative of, okay, fine, if they want a primary, let them pay for it. Let the Dems pay for theirs, that kind of thing, or have a convention. Have a convention the way it used to be, figure it out among yourselves and put your guy up. I'm kind of surprised, if I'm being completely honest, that no one filed a lawsuit. I'm not necessarily saying we should file lawsuits to solve things, but I'm kind of surprised no one has claimed that, hey, I'm being disenfranchised here.
Well, Stirewalt's brought that up. This is a nominating process. Why are the taxpayers on the hook for nominating parties' candidates here? That's a fair question, but that toothpaste is out of the tube. No putting it back in there now. 304-TALK, 304, that's the text line, 800-765-8255. I want to get to this article about Star Academies, but TJ, we talked to Amelia Nicely yesterday on the program. Another fine job reporting on the $220,000 that had been spent on a new intake system for child welfare cases, only to turn around and decide to go in another direction, and that money just kind of, was spent but never utilized. Lawmakers didn't really know. You wrote about this morning and asked the question, has much changed since Kennedy Miller's tragic death in 2024? And your conclusion was?
I don't know. I don't know, but it appears it hasn't changed, short of more information from the administration. Vince Deeds in that piece, he very clearly said to Amelia, in his opinion, nothing has changed. I think a couple of things. Number one, the fact that Deeds and Holstein, who are two people that are close to the Kennedy Miller situation. Number one, Deeds is overall an advocate for child welfare, has been for a number of years. Holstein represents Boone County, where this incident took place. Both of those individuals learned about this change, not from the administration, but from Amelia Nicely. And in an issue that is such a challenge, that seems problematic to me. I would think if we're going to go in another direction for whatever reason, and maybe it's a good reason that we're doing it, that would be communicated to these key legislators. That's point number one. Point number two, the administration promised transparency around these issues. Governor had a press conference, brought that home, said this is how it's going to be done from here on out. Came on this program with us, and this is the quote, "You're not going to see the stonewalling. You're not going to see the lack of transparency. We want to level up with everyone." He goes on. You can read the piece. Amelia waited 5 months for a response on her Freedom of Information Act request. That doesn't seem like transparency to me. It doesn't seem like a timely transfer of information. It raises a lot of questions. And then third, and I'm not letting justice off the hook, past administrations, but that water is over the dam. He's been in office, he being Governor Morrissey, for a year and a half. Has there been any marked improvement from when he took over to now? Maybe there has, and he deserves a chance to answer these questions and criticisms. That's why he should come forward and address it. But her reporting very clearly, in my opinion, raises some huge legitimate questions that weren't answered. Why was it canceled? Who canceled it? Who made the decision? When did, all of these things that are still hanging out there that, again, go against this era of transparency that we were supposed to have when it comes to CPS, child welfare, foster care, etc.
304-TALK, 304, that's the text line, 800-765-TALK. The phone number, steam release coming up at 11:33. We'll meet Janet McNulty. She is one of the Republicans challenging for the U.S. Senate nomination. We'll talk to her right after this. This is Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios.
Worried about paying for college? MetroNews is proud to present the 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program, where one high school junior in West Virginia will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College, including room, board, tuition, and fees. For details, go to wvmetronews.com and click the Apply Now button. Deadline is May 3rd. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program, presented by Greer Industries and the West Virginia Hospital Association. Go to wvmetronews.com and apply today by May 3rd.
Tens of thousands of hardworking West Virginians earn their living in our state's growing natural gas industry, including thousands for Antero Resources, West Virginia's top natural gas producer. Antero's investments are boosting our local workforce and small businesses. We're proud to give back and invest locally to support West Virginia workers producing West Virginia energy. But the Mountain State's best days are ahead, and Antero Resources is just getting started. Visit AnteroResources.com to learn more.
Looking for a career that truly matters? Healthcare offers stability, great benefits, and careers that are in demand right now. From patient care to technology and support roles, healthcare careers offer flexibility and opportunity. Not sure where you fit? Take the quick healthcare career quiz at explorehealthcareerswv.com. Discover the path that's right for you. Healthcare careers, where passion meets purpose.
Welcome back, class of 2011. Most likely to be a millionaire, didn't quite make it. Hey, reunion's not over yet.
Over here, millionaire, smile.
Make room, people.
Who is that?
Congratulations to our very own Millionaire for Life!
Never too late, man.
You could win up to $1 million every year with Millionaire for Life. Play in store or online today. West Virginia Lottery. 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
Looking to advance your career without putting life on hold? Earn your MBA from Glenville State University in as little as 18 months. Choose from in-demand concentrations like artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and healthcare administration. Whether you're leading teams, analyzing data, or protecting digital systems, our programs are designed for working professionals who want flexibility and results. Take the next step with an MBA from Glenville State University. Learn more and apply today at glenville.edu.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? A lot of times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown! We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
The region's largest restoration firm, responding from 5 locations. When disaster strikes your home or business, call Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Metro News Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
304 Talk. 304 is the text line. 800-765-8255. The phone number. Steam release coming up less than an hour from now. Please welcome to the program Janet McNulty, a Republican, running for the U.S. Senate nomination, self-published author, has described herself as not a career politician. She joins us on Metro News Talkline this morning. Janet, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Absolutely. What motivated you to get in the race for the Republican nomination for U.S. Senate?
All right. Well, excuse me. If you think about it, we are the wealthiest country in the world, and yet our cities are crumbling and falling apart. We have a massive water problem here in West Virginia. Our infrastructure seems to be third rate. We're constantly getting involved in one foreign war after another. My whole adult life has been one foreign war after another. We're $39 trillion in debt, and I suspect we'll be $40 trillion in debt by summer. We have an education system that's a joke. We have an adult population that can't read above a 5th grade level. We have a current child population that lacks all reading comprehension and analytical skills. We have a massive student loan crisis in this country where 2 generations have been conned into going into debt to get degrees for jobs for an economy that doesn't exist anymore. We have AI data centers popping up like weeds that are funded by basically a billionaire oligarchy that fund our politicians, all to set up an AI surveillance state. We have a political system that seems to be more political theater than anything else, with the red and the blue, or left versus right, constantly fighting each other, wanting to come to blows rather than sit down like adults and talk about our problems and put politics aside. Frankly, I'm just fed up with the nonsense. So someone needs to be able to stand up and just say enough is enough.
So you outlined several problems there, a lot to unpack. The question then becomes, Janet, what do you want to do to fix them? What are your solutions?
Well, for starters, we need term limits. If you think about it, we've had the same people in office over and over again. This is at the federal level, even at the state level. But for the federal level, we definitely need term limits. I'm not saying it's going to solve everything, but it can be a step in the right direction in ensuring that we get turnover. Because if you don't get turnover and you don't get new people, you don't get new ideas. We tend to stagnate. And out of all the candidates, I'm the only one who has drafted an amendment to the Constitution to impose term limits on all of Congress.
Janet McNulty is joining us. She's one of the Republican challengers for the U.S. Senate. Your website says end all foreign aid. How will it benefit the United States to withdraw from the world?
We can use that money to help our citizens. We could pour that money into Social Security. We could pour it into Medicare. We could use it to fix our roads. If we're sending money over to foreign countries, we're not exactly using it in our own country, are we?
You also talk about on your website the value of our currency. You note the fact that we're no longer on the gold standard. That's correct. Nixon took us off. We're on a fiat currency standard. You want gold backs. What are gold backs and how will that work?
Well, I'll admit I don't have all the logistics worked out, but these are gold backs. It's basically currency with gold printed into it. The technology came around in 2019. Whether we use gold backs or not is irrelevant. The point is we need a currency that's backed by some kind of asset. If it's not backed by an asset, it has no value. This is what allows Congress to just spend, like crazy without really having any regard to what happens to currency. One of the reasons why we have massive inflation is because our currency has lost 96% of its purchasing power. So we need to do something to make it where it's backed by a hard asset, to where it won't lose its purchasing power, to where people can actually go to the grocery store and not expect to have to pay more every time they go. My idea is to switch it over to gold backs. That may or may not be what Congress chooses to go with, but at the end of the day, if we did, it'd be backed by a hard asset. It's harder to counterfeit. You can't just print it whenever you want it. You'd actually have to work within a budget, which would kind of be nice for a change. And on top of it, we could make it where Congress coins money, which they are supposed to do. That's in Article 1 of the Constitution, but they've never been able to do it historically because we lacked the Constitution, lacked the technology, sorry. But my goal is to stop the massive inflation, to have a currency that has and holds value, because right now in its current form, it's on the road to self-destruction.
Talking to Janet McNulty, one of the Republicans challenging for the U.S. Senate nomination. Do you support or oppose military action in Iran?
I oppose it. There's absolutely no reason to go there. It does not serve U.S. interests. We're only there because Netanyahu wanted us to go there.
Wait.
And since Trump never got authority from Congress, which we have to do, Congress chooses or declares war, it's an illegal war. It's unconstitutional.
So you believe the Prime Minister of Israel forced the United States into this military action?
I believe he conned the United States into it. Obviously, you can't just force someone to do something, but you can persuade. And, you can persuade. You can con people. You can lie.
Surely you would agree that a nuclear Iran is not in the United States' best interest. If a weapon is allowed to be developed there and they have a weapon, doesn't that make them like North Korea? And we see that we haven't been able to handle that situation from a security standpoint. So why would we allow them to do that?
Why do we even get a say? Other countries have nuclear weapons. We have nuclear weapons, but for some reason we can determine which countries can and cannot. And to be honest, Iran's been a week away from a nuclear weapon for 30 years. That's like the longest week in history. They weren't developing a nuclear weapon. Tulsi Gabbard, the DNI secretary, testified before Congress saying that they weren't developing a nuclear weapon. Yes, they want to develop nuclear technology, probably for energy purposes, but at no point has the intel even proven that they were seeking a nuclear weapon. The Ayatollah, the older one who's in his 80s that has since been killed, had a fatwa on anyone developing a nuclear weapon. That meant that if you disobeyed, you were executed. There's just no evidence of it. Of course, now they probably will develop a nuclear weapon because we've given them every reason in the book to do so.
So the United States should not take action against foreign powers that pose a risk to the United States because they may take action in the future?
I just said that they didn't pose a risk to us. There was no evidence that they were developing a nuclear weapon to use against any nation, and especially against the United States. That is what I said. There was no evidence that they posed a real risk to us. And we could have tried a more peaceful solution, but we didn't do that. We just went in and bombed them. We've killed their leadership. And it looks like there's no end goal or exit strategy in sight other than to just stop them from getting something that they were supposedly a week away from having for 30 years.
30 seconds. We got to wrap it up. Why should Republican voters support you on May 12th, the primary election day?
Well, you have to ask yourself, do you just want another politician or do you want someone who tells you how it is? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to feed your ego, and I'm not going to give you talking points and platitudes. So if you want something that's different, then vote for the only real person here who has any balls in this election.
Janet McNulty, Republican running for U.S. Senate. Appreciate your time today, Janet. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back in a moment to wrap up hour number 1. This is Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. Back in a moment.
For over 30 years, High Technology Foundation has been committed to building a stronger West Virginia. Our mission, economic diversification. By fostering innovation and supporting tech initiatives, we pave the way for a brighter future. From cutting-edge research to tech-driven solutions, we're transforming the landscape. Join us in creating opportunities and driving progress. Let's build a diverse economy together. Visit WVHTF.org. High Technology Foundation, shaping West Virginia's future.
Located in the heart of West Virginia, Bridgeport is the place to play. Endless indoor and outdoor recreation opportunities, including the Bridge Sport Complex, coupled with a dynamic food scene, make Bridgeport the perfect getaway destination for couples and families. Explore unique shopping and pick from a wealth of lodging options to find something perfect for your needs. Explore the heart of West Virginia in Bridgeport. Learn more about all there is to do at greater-bridgeport.com.
When heart surgery is needed, you deserve world-class care, close to home and always within reach. At WVU Medicine's Heart and Vascular Institute, our board-certified surgeons perform heart transplants, valve repairs, and other complex procedures using the latest techniques, including robotic surgery. For more information, visit wvumedicine.org/heart.
I'm Tom Willis, running against Shelley Moore Capito for U.S. Senate. Sarah and I love raising our kids here in West Virginia. You're the best people in the world, and it has been my honor to serve West Virginia for 26 years in the West Virginia National Guard, including flood duties all over our great state, and now in the state Senate. Shelley has abandoned our West Virginia traditional Christian family values, is ranked as one of the top insider traders in the U.S. Senate, and instead of negotiating for West Virginia families, got her son appointed as DA. I'm Tom Willis, and I approve this message because it's time for a change, West Virginia.
Paid for by Tom Willis Victory. You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? Odd times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water.
Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Steam release coming up 11:33 this morning. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. That's the phone number, 800-765-TALK. You can also text us at 304-TALK-304. And we've got a lot of them. I'm just going to go right now and tell you, TJ, can't read most of them. Can't read most of them. But I do enjoy them. Thank you all very much. Greatest audience in radio. Let me take care of some business here. 304-TALK-304 text line. A couple of million could go a long way. Lotto America jackpots start at $2 million and grow until somebody takes them home. Drawings happen every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Just $1 to play in-store and online. Current jackpots $22.9 million. This is Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Solango Law. Get results, not excuses.
Hey, welcome in. Got you your latest forecast. Made it to a Friday. Dry out the door across the entire state to start the day. An isolated shower and storm can't be ruled out. It's a very low chance today of an isolated brief shower. It'll be waking up tomorrow morning. Increasing cloud cover. Our next low pressure comes in, swinging a front. So some scattered to numerous showers do look possible to likely for the state, with some general thunderstorms that are possible. Later today, northwest of us, areas Kentucky, Ohio included a marginal risk of some isolated severe storms, some damaging winds possible with storms out there today that we are missing. Fly CRW forecast, it starts at home. Atlanta 83, Chicago 72. On the right side there, Charlotte, Orlando, Tampa, Myrtle Beach, highs 80s and 70s. Watching some thunderstorm potential in areas of the Carolinas later for the weekend. From Panhandle to Panhandle, again, a low chance of a shower this afternoon. Most likely dry as we warm up in the ranks of the upper 70s to low 80s for today. Locally, some mid 80s. And then late overnight, waking up tomorrow morning, showers are generally likely with a chance of a passing thunderstorm. In eastern areas, a low chance of an isolated shower storm this afternoon. Again, very low chance. It'll be more favorable late overnight into tomorrow, warming up in the 70s and 80s today. 50s tonight with some likely Saturday rain. Likely dry from west to east up here. Highs upper 70s to mid 80s today. Parkersburg heavy at 84. Late overnight and waking up tomorrow morning. I'll keep eyes on the radar when that front swings in for some likely rain and chances of thunderstorms. The south likely dry. A brief isolated shower, mostly near some of the foothills and the high terrain. Mid 80s and Charleston today, 60 overnight. Saturday rain likely, chance of thunderstorms. Sunday, any lingering showers ending early. Tuesday, rain likely again.
This is Ben Solango with Solango Law. Solango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Solango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Solango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at Solango Law.
MetroNews Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Second hour of Metro News Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios. 800-765-TALK is the phone number, 800-765-8255. You can text the show at 304-TALK-304. Steam release coming up less than a half an hour from now. Your chance to vent, get it all off your chest, say whatever it is you want to. Bottom of the hour. Once again, good morning. TJ Meadows in Charleston. You all right there, TJ?
Sometimes I feel like I've lost control. I try to keep a certain level of decorum. And, yeah, man, I don't know. It's just, if you heard the first hour, no need to relive it. But yeah, there you go.
It's Friday. Always nice on a Friday. Always nice on a Friday is Chris Stirewalt. He is the politics editor for The Hill and News Nation, host of The Hill Sunday on News Nation, senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute. Chris, good morning.
Homies, what it is.
A lot of things I want to get into. Beef, whole hog, and you were involved in California politics this week, weren't you?
It is true. I was out. I'm sleep deprived, very cranky. Just got off a red eye back from California, trying to maintain a positive mental attitude. Yeah, I was out in California. Now I'm back. And Washington did not repair itself while I was away, so I feel a little disappointed.
Hey, Chris, are we headed toward some sort of political apocalypse with this gerrymandering? Texas started it, then California, then we've got Virginia, now Florida is going to get in on this as well. Are we just headed straight for the drain?
G.K. Chesterton, a British pundit, I would say he would want to be identified as an English pundit of a bygone age, had the analogy of two men come across a fence in the wood, and it doesn't serve any obvious purpose. And one man says, there's no obvious purpose for this fence. We should tear it down. And the other says, no, until we know why it was built, we must leave it in place. So Chesterton's fence refers to the idea of something of an existing institution or thing that seems not to serve a purpose. And so we want to rip it away, but we should think more deeply about the question. America in gerrymandering went through, it was hellacious in the 20th century, right? It was a brutal, and it always has been. My friend Kevin Williamson once wrote that taking the politics out of drawing congressional districts would be like taking the crab out of crab soup. It is an inherently political activity. It is by definition a political thing to do. And there's always going to be gerrymandering, and there's always going to be this problem. The brutality of drawing these districts was so intense that by the end of the 20th century, that both parties had sort of retreated to a kind of truce, right? There's lots of gerrymandering, but the decision had been made. We're not going to do mid-decade redistricting, and we're not going to kick over this hornet's nest. And then Texas did, and now we're going to just have to go all the way through, right? We've ripped out Chesterton's fence, and now we're going to have to go all the way through until we get back to the old truce. And it's exhausting, frankly. It's just frankly exhausting.
Mrs. Powell asked Dr. Franklin, what have we got, a republic or a monarchy? And you know the response, a republic if you can keep it. Do things like this test that? I mean, are we really approaching that kind of scenario? Because we talked to some folks this week in Virginia about this situation. I have to tell you, they were really fired up, Chris, disenfranchised, fighting mad, as we say.
Oh, well. Look, the Republicans in Virginia are as angry as the Democrats were in Texas. Everybody's angry. And I get it. And that's fine. This will sound wrong, but it's kind of true. I don't really care how the states draw their congressional maps. They should do whatever they want to do, and the consequences for the elected officials who draw the maps are real. Like, this is all stuff that has to work itself out. There's fundamental reform that I think needs to take place. I think we need to expand the House of Representatives by about 50%. I think that is urgent. But the question of gerrymandering, look, gerrymandering in the whole does not change the partisan makeup of the House so much as it makes the individual members of the House stupider. The consequence of gerrymandered districts is that it empowers primary electorates. When you have districts we have 35 or 40 districts in the whole country that are in any way competitive. And that means that in all of the rest, what's the reality? Which is you just have to win your primary, right? West Virginia has 2 congressional districts. You just have to win the primary because the Democrats aren't going to win either of those congressional districts, and that moves the country in a direction of more intense factionalism. If you expanded the House of Representatives and created more districts, gerrymandering wouldn't go away, but the value of each gerrymander would be less. It would be less valuable, and dilution. It would change the incentives. Yeah.
But are we still stuck, though, Chris? Is this a symptom of this political attitude? Whatever you do, we're going to do it right back to you twice as much, and we just continue down this downward spiral? Is this a symptom of that attitude?
Well, look, it's not new, is my point. In the whole hog politics that came out today, I took readers through what happened in California. It was wild what the California Democrats achieved from 1958 to the turn of the millennium was wild. When Ronald Reagan won his home state of California in 1984 by 17 points, Democrats lost 1 House seat out of 51 or whatever. It's ridiculous, right? Because they had gerrymandered the state to a fare thee well. I think that if I were the emperor of a state, I would do apportionment. I would say sort of the way you do for delegate seats, which is we have 51 seats in my Neverland state. Well, I guess I shouldn't. Neverland isn't PC right now. In Imaginary Land state, we have 50 seats. Or we have 100 seats. If the Sneetches win 20% of the vote, they get 20 seats, and the other party gets the other 80. I would do it that way. I wouldn't do geographical districts right now. I would just we're just going to portion it based on partisanship and do it that way. But I guess I should probably be more upset about this stuff, but I'm not. It doesn't. The states are going to do this. They're going to come to the same conclusion that they did in the 20th century, which is the pain is sufficient that eventually voters say, just stop doing it. And then they'll stop. What if we take it by the comparison to war? How long does a country need in between conflicts before people forget how much they hate war and they say it's time for a good war? We need to go to war again. And Vietnam held us over for a long time, right? The miseries of Vietnam held us over for a long time. And Iraq has held us over for a long time. The people say we have to be very careful about going to war because the costs are so high and the pain is so great. So I think that's just the human experience of learning, unlearning, relearning.
Let's dive into that a bit. You talk in your column today about how far the president is willing to go, how much he's willing to tolerate. I would love to hear your thoughts. And just for fun, since I'm that kind of guy, also toss in the fact that the man making these decisions and his Secretary of Health can't do basic math, we learned this week.
Ha! Well, I mean, look, the president, Donald Trump, never admits defeat. He never admits that he's lost. He still has not conceded the 2020 election. Look, do you think that we are going to have a frictionless November election this year? Or do you think that Kash Patel will be seizing ballots places and we will have an intensely contested election? If you were president, you would reasonably conclude, you know what? The House is gone. Let's do what we want to do. Let's make the best of the next 8 months. And then I'm going to get impeached again as soon as Democrats take control of the House. But we can do a lot right now, and then we're just braced for bad weather. I don't think that's how the Republicans are looking at this. I certainly don't think that's how the president's looking at this. I think they're going to fight tooth and nail every change that they can make to every map, every legal challenge they can provide. I think, as the kids would say, I think that they have no chill.
Chris Stirewalt joining us, politics editor for The Hill and News Nation, trying to drop Gen. What are we up to? Gen Z, Gen Alpha, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Well, we know the greatest generation is Gen X. We know the truth. Gen X is the greatest generation.
We got a couple of minutes left. What's the price of beef got to do with the elections coming up in November?
The horseshoe theory is real. When Joe Biden was getting rocked and Democrats were getting rocked by high food prices, what did they say? There's gouging. They're gouging. And so they went after beef producers and they went after other people. And now the Trump Justice Department is doing the same thing. We know that government interventions in markets don't bring prices down. This is the verdict of history is you cannot regulate your way to lower prices and you cannot prosecute your way to lower prices. And we've all known the story of why is gasoline so high? Why is this so high? Well, it's gouging. It's not gouging, it's just prices. And I was only writing about that to point out that it's not with Republicans, it's not so much hypocrisy anymore because they're not really free marketeers. They used to be kind of free marketeers, or at least when it suited them. But we're talking about Republicans who are trying to nationalize Spirit Airlines. If you want to think about where we are in America today, the federal government would not allow Spirit Airlines to merge with Frontier to save itself. So they said, no, you can't merge to save yourself. And now Spirit is like, okay, well, we're bankrupt and we're going to close, so we're going to bail them out. Baby, I don't know what is going on, but the world in which federal government takes an ownership share in Spirit Airlines is a world in which we have moved on to cloud cuckoo land. We are really over the moon. And there was a time when the idea of the federal government bailing any company out was a huge controversy. Are we really bailing out GM? Are we really doing this stuff? Now it's like, yeah, maybe we'll just buy all of Spirit Airlines. It's
laughable.
Milton Friedman, it weeps, right? Milton
He'd be
Friedman
rolling over in his
weeps.
grave. I had an argument going on social media last night that people think Trump RX is the cure to the pharmaceutical problem. I'm like, that's nuts. When has government ever been the cure to anything in the private sector? Oh, by the way, very quickly, I want to ask you, personal thing. I hope you're not mad at me last week. I compared you to Charles Barkley, and it was a compliment.
I love Charles Barkley.
Okay, all right, we're good then.
Charles Barkley is fantastic. Are you kidding me?
He's a truth teller. He's a truth teller, and you are too.
Well, he's
that's the
funny.
comparison I was making.
He's hilarious. Does that make you Shaq? Is that what you're saying?
I'm more an Ernie, I think.
More of an Ernie. Okay, I see. All right. No, I happily accept the Charles Barkley comparison 100% of the time.
Chris Stirewalt, you can watch him Sunday mornings on The Hill, Sunday on News Nation. He's politics editor for The Hill and News Nation. See, we've worked in Charles Barkley. We've worked in No Chill. G.K. Chesterton, who wrote Father Brown. I mean, we've worked it all in today.
We got it all. All
right, buddy.
Happy Friday, weirdos.
Appreciate it, buddy. Talk to you next week.
All right. Bye.
304-TALK, 304. That's the text line, 800-765-TALK. That's the phone number. Back to a Friday edition of MetroNews Talkline in just a moment.
Senator Shelley Moore Capito is more than a true conservative and proud West Virginian. She's a champion of our way of life. She doesn't just fight, she delivers, working with President Trump to close the border and keep our families safe, protect our energy jobs, and cut taxes, and establishing the New River Gorge National Park, a powerful economic engine. Shelley Moore Capito, our senator, our champion.
I'm Shelley Moore Capito, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Capito for West Virginia.
Picture a community where every space tells a story. Those are the communities we're designing at ZLM Architects and Engineers. With a blend of creativity and technical expertise, we design spaces that inspire, innovate, and ignite change. From cutting-edge educational facilities to community-centric gathering spaces, we're committed to improving lives through design. Let us help you shape a brighter future for generations to come. Because at ZLM, it's more than architecture. It's about building your legacy.
Looking for a career that truly matters? Healthcare offers stability, great benefits, and careers that are in demand right now. From patient care to technology and support roles, healthcare careers offer flexibility and opportunity. Not sure where you fit? Take the quick healthcare career quiz at explorehealthcareerswv.com. Discover the path that's right for you. Healthcare careers, where passion meets purpose.
Approach your retirement with confidence. With over 150 years of combined experience, the advisors of the Stike team at Wealth Enhancement Group provide advice and wealth management strategies to individuals, families, small businesses, professional offices, and institutions. With the Stike team, you'll have access to an advising team with extensive resources, a client-first mindset, and a passion for helping transform the lives of those we serve. Visit wealthenhancement.com/Stike today and join the team that's dedicated to your success.
If you have a child who's a junior in high school in West Virginia or know someone that does, please listen up. Here's your opportunity to win a full scholarship from West Virginia Wesleyan College that includes room, board, tuition, and fees. The 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program is presented by ZMM Architects and Engineers and the West Virginia Farm Bureau. The deadline is May 3rd. For details, go to wvmetronews.com to apply. That's wvmetronews.com. Remember, application deadline is May 3rd.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All-new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All-new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
Steam release coming up in a mere matter of moments. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255, 304-TALK, 304. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified general surgeons perform more than 2,500 procedures a year. They use advanced, minimally invasive techniques and robotic-assisted technology to reduce recovery time and improve outcomes. From complex procedures to routine care, we're leading the way with precision and expertise right here in West Virginia. Call 855-WVU-CARE or visit WVUmedicine.org. Okay, we got time. We get a couple of texts in while we can respond. 304-TALK 304. TJ, $100,000 with a 600% raise equals $600 after the $100 tariff is implemented, says the texter.
It's fuzzy math.
Trump is trying to have the government take a majority share in Spirit Airlines. He'll probably try to rename it Trump Spirit Air, says the texter. I wouldn't doubt it. Would not doubt it. Diamond Dave. I got to check that one. I was elated to see the Southern Poverty Law Center finally caught up in their evil deeds. This criminal enterprise has defrauded their donors, perpetrated racial strife, and instigated violence for decades. Hopefully this organization will be brought to justice. And we've not touched on that national story that's getting a lot of attention, and especially in podcast landia, but we have not touched on that this week. I don't know if you want to touch on it. We only have 2 minutes to the break, but...
if I'm being completely candid with you, I've read the headlines. I haven't researched. There's not to have an opinion.
Same here. Gerrymandering is not really politics or governing. It is cheating, right? Asks the texter. There's really... I mean, look, we've talked about this a couple of times, and you've brought up a good point. It's 2026. You can use AI to evenly distribute these House of Representatives districts. We could do the same thing probably with House of Delegates districts here in West Virginia. You got GSI, AI. You could probably do that. But it's kind of, yes, it is. Is it kind of cheating? Yeah. Is it kind of part of the game? It is, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, and that's the reason AI will never be implemented. It's the reason Stirewalt's idea on dilution, which is a good idea, will never be implemented. Because when a party is in power, they love it. And they don't want to give it up for when they'll be back in power. That's why it'll never change.
304 talk. Oh, yeah, we're back into the section I can't read again.
Was I red? I got a little red.
Well, it's a good thing you probably weren't wearing the iWatch again this morning, keeping up with your blood pressure. You all, I know many of you say, Dave, why can't you read them? Well, you all are a great audience. You're very funny. You're very observant. But I enjoy my job. I enjoy being employed, and I would like to keep it that way. So remember that when we get ready for steam release in a couple minutes from now. We do enjoy our jobs. We would like to keep them. Please don't get us fired. Other than that, it's pretty well free reign coming up for the next 30 minutes. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. That is the phone number. You can text the show, 304-TALK, 304. Many of you have, and we appreciate all of them. Steam release coming up next. 800-765-TALK's the phone number. 304-TALK, 304 is the text line. This is Talkline on Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia. It's 11:30. Let's get a news update from the Metro News Radio Network. Find out what's happening across the great state of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Salango Law. Get results, not excuses.
Hey, welcome in. Got you your latest forecast. Made it to a Friday. Dry out the door across the entire state to start the day. An isolated shower and storm can't be ruled out. It's a very low chance today of an isolated brief shower. It'll be waking up tomorrow morning. Increasing cloud cover. Our next low pressure comes in, swinging a front. So some scattered to numerous showers do look possible to likely for the state, with some general thunderstorms that are possible. Later today, northwest of us, areas Kentucky, Ohio, included a marginal risk of some isolated severe storms, some damaging winds possible with storms out there today that we are missing. Fly CRW forecast, it starts at home. Atlanta 83, Chicago 72. On the right side there, Charlotte, Orlando, Tampa, Myrtle Beach, highs 80s and 70s. Watching some thunderstorm potential in areas of the Carolinas later for the weekend. From Panhandle to Panhandle, again, a low chance of a shower this afternoon. Most likely dry as we warm up in the ranks of the upper 70s to low 80s for today. Locally, some mid 80s. And then late overnight, waking up tomorrow morning, showers are generally likely with a chance of a passing thunderstorm. In eastern areas, a low chance of an isolated shower storm this afternoon. Again, very low chance. It'll be more favorable late overnight into tomorrow, warming up in the 70s and 80s today. 50s tonight with some likely Saturday rain. Likely dry from west to east up here. Highs upper 70s to mid 80s today. Parkersburg heavy at 84. Late overnight and waking up tomorrow morning. I'll keep eyes on the radar when that front swings in for some likely rain and chances of thunderstorms. To the south, likely dry. A brief isolated shower, mostly near some of the foothills and the high terrain. Mid 80s in Charleston today. 60 overnight. Saturday, rain likely. Chance of thunderstorms. Sunday, any lingering showers ending early. Tuesday, rain likely again.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted Best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at Salango Law.
When you hired me, you were 29. You seemed like you were 50 when you were 29. You were running that thing like a 50-year-old man. All right, we got to go get some tape. Come on, get out of there.
I think I've sort of always been 50, and I think I'm 50 now.
Yeah, me too.
That's
a
great point.
Join Tony Caridi, Brad Howe, and Hoppy Kercheval for 3 Guys Before the Game. Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronewstv.com.
It is my favorite time of the week, and I think it's yours too.
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Yes, all week long. We've been very busy the last couple of weeks. Haven't had a lot of time to get your input. Well, this time is always reserved for you. Steam Release, your chance to vent, get it all off your chest, whatever it is that may be causing you strife. Well, this is your chance to release that steam. A couple of ways you can do it. Give us a call, 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. That's the phone number. That's our actual favorite way to release your steam. But you can also text your steam to 304-TALK-304. There are a couple of rules, a couple of guidelines in place. Number one, you get your steam unfettered. We are not allowed to respond. It is your chance to say whatever it is you want. We just ask, one, you limit the personal attacks. Two, you can steam about the host, past, current, and future, and we must just take it. Also, you can steam about whatever you want, but please don't get us fired, don't get us sued. Try to keep the personal attacks to a minimum, and you know what? Otherwise, it's all about you. 800-765-TALK is the phone number. 800-765-8255. Text line is 304-TALK-304. We begin on the phones. Batting leadoff is Junior. Junior, you're on Steam Release.
Morning, TJ, another guy. How are you boys doing down there in the big city?
Doing great.
Great.
Hey, you know what? That Howie Monroe, he just got out of the hospital a couple of weeks ago, and he said he's a picture of health. You know what he's been living on? His diet? Sheep's burgers. What in the heck is wrong with that boy? Has he got a death wish? You guys ready? Got to have a new morning host here pretty soon. I got a funny feeling, but you know what? Just tell Hoppy and Howie, hang it up. You jumped the shark, boys.
Thank you, Junior. Have a great weekend, buddy. 800-765-TALK, the phone number 304-TALK-304. Robert, what's your steam this morning?
Dave, good morning. We learned a few days ago that racism or white supremacy in America is so bad that the Southern Poverty Law Center had to put them on their payroll to make it look like we have a white supremacist problem. And also, to all the young Democrats that you interviewed over the past few weeks running for office here in West Virginia, if I had $1 for every time socialism worked, I'd have $0. And if socialism did work, I'd still have $0. Y'all have a great weekend.
You too, Robert. Appreciate the phone call. Let's go to Teddy. What's your steam this morning, Teddy?
Hey, Uncle Dave, Uncle TJ. It's young Teddy Monroe up here in Wheeling. You guys probably know my grandpap, Howard. If you could tell him something for me, eating Sheetz cheeseburgers for 14 straight days is not great for your health, and Google does not have a doctorate.
Thank you, Teddy. Have a great weekend. You may steam unfettered. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. That's the phone number. Text line is 304-TALK-304 to release your steam. Let's get some of those text teams in, TJ.
All right, here we go. Wow, our second Taco Tuesday this month. Called it. Anyone with half a brain, including Iran, knows the president is completely full of it. Does anyone actually believe anything that comes out of his decrepit Nepo baby mouth anymore? Dave and TJ, don't fret. If you get sued, you can always call Morgan & Morgan, says the texter. As a lifelong Republican, I'm embarrassed the division Governor Morrissey has caused in our party. The amount of out-of-state D.C. money flooding in to support his bought and paid-for candidates is scary. I know Morrissey likes to call those that don't agree 100% with him rhinos. Well, I got a name for Morrissey. Wino, West Virginian in name only, according to the texter. Dave, that's personal to you. I'm not going to read that. You can decide whether or not you want to disclose that or not.
I'll make them wait.
Okay. Let's see here. Janet sounds like she needs a tall glass of Nope. Almost. Almost. Steam Release. Trump family and administration corruption makes Biden's look like choir boys. Stop the steal. Producer Ethan. must be the arithmetic man. He adds trouble, subtracts pleasure, divides attention, and multiplies ignorance. 304 Talk 304 Steam. President Trump's latest brag, quote, "As everybody knows, I'm an extraordinarily brilliant person," end quote. Mr. President, please know that extraordinarily brilliant people never need to brag. Everyone will notice by your deeds, like your unlawful tariffs that were taken down by the courts and your wholly unnecessary and unlawful war in Iran that is going so well.
800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. That is the phone number. You can also text your Steam to 304-TALK 304. Strong starts. Sam, you're up next just as soon as we get back to Steam release in just a moment. You've heard the buzz about CityNet fiber expanding across West Virginia. Now you can check your address, choose the plan that fits your needs, and even pick your preferred installation window. Visit citynet.net. Remember, CityNet connects, protects, and perfects. Steam release continues in a moment.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
They say you can't take the lottery with you. But now, you can play anywhere, anytime with iPlay, the West Virginia Lottery's official app. From Cooper's Rock to the Greenbrier River, from the bleachers to your living room, iPlay goes where you do. Safe, simple, and always West Virginia proud. Play anywhere, anytime. Download iPlay today. iPlay, the fun, secure way to play, wherever life takes you. 18 plus to play responsibly.
Running a small business means wearing a lot of hats, and dealing with tech problems shouldn't be one of them. CityNet helps West Virginia businesses keep their technology running smoothly, from networks and computers to backup, security, and day-to-day support. Whether you don't have IT staff or you have a small team that could use extra help, CityNet can take care of the technology or work alongside your team to fill in the gaps. With proactive monitoring, fast local support, and solutions built on CityNet's fiber network, your business stays productive instead of reactive. Call us at 1-844-CityNet to get started.
The rule of law protects our communities. Integrity protects our values. Conservative Justice Gerald Titus spent his career fighting for both. As a prosecutor, Titus took on criminals and traffickers. Now, as a justice, he applies the law as written, fairly and independently. Endorsed by law enforcement, he stands with those who protect and serve. Because when courts uphold the law, criminals are held accountable and communities are safer. For Justice Titus, it's personal.
I'm Justice Gerald Titus. I spent my career upholding the rule of law. I was born here, raised here, and now my wife and I are raising our family in West Virginia. We need judges who are fair and apply the law as written and protect the rights of all our citizens.
Vote to keep conservative Justice Gerald Titus on the West Virginia Supreme Court. Vote early or on May 12th. Paid for by Titus for Supreme Court.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? A lot of times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your App Store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Metro News Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
304 Talk 304. That is the text line. You can call to release your steam at 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. Those are the two ways to release your steam. Let's go back to the phones. Sam, you're up. Sam, what's up?
Well, you guys keep talking about getting sued. Do you not have the 7-second delay button?
I do, Sam, but nonetheless.
Okay. Well, be safe out there. And like to say, congratulations to everybody who's graduating from Salem University today in downtown Clarksburg.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Sam. Appreciate the phone call. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. You can text the show, 304-TALK 304. More of those text teams.
All right, here we go. Dave, no, not talking about bodily functions. TJ, if brains were gunpowder, the Democrats wouldn't have enough to make an M80 to blow up the high school toilet. It's frustrating that people don't understand the importance of tenure or seniority in Congress. Shelley Moore Capito is in a position to help the state of West Virginia. The longer she's there, the more tenure she has and the more she can do for the state of West Virginia. I think she's a fair senator. She puts everything into thought. She votes the way that she should. She's not a rhino. She's just normal. Don't listen to the other side. Remember how much Robert C. Byrd did for West Virginia? Capito is in line to do a lot like him. Leave her alone, according to the texter. 304 Talk 304. Our local TV news spends about 1/3 of their programming on the weather. Why not promote West Virginia local business and tourism? Once I see the weather the second time, I change the channel. I've heard producer Ethan is actively courting support from the Sugar Maple PAC. He's not running for office, but he is very concerned over the possibility of eating dry pancakes. I'm so happy that all the white supremacists have a reason to come out with the Southern Poverty Law Center issue that will go away like all the lawsuits and the stupidity that the Trump DOJ brings. And by the way, remember, there are good people on both sides. The SPLC should fully restore all the monuments they pushed to remove. And Mayor Goodwin should restore the Canal Rifleman plaque to Ruffner Park. 304 Talk 304. I attended the Putnam County Lincoln Day dinner last evening. The GOP Executive Committee in Putnam County is always a cut above. We always enjoy being invited to their top-notch events. For weeks, we've been hearing about the fraud in Minnesota and California. Elon Omar, Tim Walz, Keith Ellison, and the $120 million railway to nowhere. Why haven't these people been removed and arrested? I would guess nothing will happen to these people. No one will take my voting information without my consent, and I will not be harassed when I go to vote. The Southern Poverty Law Center was paying informants that led to prosecutions. MAGA's DOJ is a joke. How can you be fired? Asks the texter. With the First Amendment and all, must be tough not being Jimmy Kimmel. 304 Talk 304. Dave and TJ, hearing Democrats invite independents to vote in their primary and down Republicans in the same breath is really funny. Democrats didn't allow independents to vote in their primary until 2016, 2 years after their 83-year legislative control ended. Does no one remember this?
800-765-TALKS, the phone number, 800-765-8255. Let's go back to the phones. Stan in Wheeling. Good morning, Stan. What you got?
Well, good morning. I think it's ironic that you have to buy a sticker to prove your car's worthy to drive on the roads that aren't worthy for your car to be on the roads. Hire Monroe for governor.
Stan, appreciate the phone call. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. That is the phone number. You can also text your steams to 304-TALK-304. May not feel like it, but boat weather is right around the corner. They'll kind of tease you this weekend with some of the conditions, but you need to get ready now and be prepared when summer rolls around and it's time to get out on the lakes and rivers with great deals on pontoon and fishing boats at Lou Wendell Marine Sales. Check out the entire inventory at LouWendellMarineSales.com. Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun. Last call for text. Last call for phone calls. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. You can text the show, 304-TALK-304. Your final opportunity to release your steam for the rest of the week. Coming up next, this is Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios.
Senator Shelley Moore Capito is more than a true conservative and proud West Virginian. She's a champion of our way of life. She doesn't just fight, she delivers, working with President Trump to close the border and keep our families safe, protect our energy jobs, and cut taxes, and establishing the New River Gorge National Park, a powerful economic engine. Shelley Moore Capito, our senator, our champion.
I'm Shelley Moore Capito, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Capito for West Virginia.
Coal-based generation remains the backbone of West Virginia's energy portfolio, ensuring reliability, security, and affordable electricity throughout the region. Our coal plants are engineered for performance, designed to run most efficiently at or near a 70% capacity factor. This level of operation is not arbitrary. It's based on sound engineering principles, scientific analysis, and has been formally adopted by the West Virginia Legislature as a reasonable target for optimal performance. When our coal fleet operates near that benchmark, it provides stable power to the grid, maintains cost efficiency, and supports thousands of good-paying jobs across our state. Coal generation also drives local tax revenue that sustains schools, infrastructure, and community services. Working in partnership with state leaders and the Trump administration, we're ensuring that our coal fleet remains modern, efficient, and ready to power West Virginia and beyond for decades to come. This message brought to you by the West Virginia Coal Association and Friends of Coal.
Tens of thousands of hardworking West Virginians earn their living in our state's growing natural gas industry, including thousands for Antero Resources, West Virginia's top natural gas producer. Antero's investments are boosting our local workforce and small businesses. We're proud to give back and invest locally to support West Virginia workers producing West Virginia energy. But the Mountain State's best days are ahead, and Antero Resources is just getting started. Visit AnteroResources.com to learn more.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? A lot of times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Last call for phone calls, last call for text. Let's end on a strong note heading into the weekend. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. Text the show at 304-TALK-304. A couple of million could go a long way. The Lotto America jackpot starts at $2 million and grows until somebody takes it home. Drawings happen every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, and with 9 ways to win, even the smaller prizes can feel like a big win. Just $1 to play, in-store and online, 18 plus to play. Please play responsibly. The current jackpot is $22.99 million. Get your chance at manageable millions. Back to the phones. Christy, you're up. What's your steam, Christy?
I'm wondering when we're going to tackle the multi-million-dollar Medicaid fraud in West Virginia for all the voluntary places and clinics that people go that Medicaid provides reimbursement for the driver, supposedly, in said vehicles that 5 and 6 people get out of.
Christy, appreciate the steam. Have a great weekend. 800-765-TALK. That's the phone number. You can text the show, 304-TALK-304. Let's get back to the text steams, Mr. Meadows.
Texter says, Meadows gets his butt handed to him every week by Stirewalt. Love it. I agree with the guy on weather. Too much time on local television. Let's call a spade, or in Governor T-Rex Arms' case, a carpetbagger a carpetbagger. The city of Charleston should get Hamburg Fireworks Display to do the regatta fireworks this year. Get a crew that is part of the APA, says the texter. Dave sounds like a wannabe Sean Hannity when he tries to sell boats. Maybe all the fraud people hear about on Fox News may be not true. Hence, no arrests. Just saying. 304-TALK-304. My car don't have brakes, so I'll just use yours when I hit you. My goodness. Yeah, that's one way to think about it. Hit you in the butt. I learned that Ron would close the straight in poli-sci my freshman year of college. How did Trump's advisors not explain this better? All independent conservatives should vote for the most beatable in November when it comes to Democrats. That keeps your independent vote and your conservative values. I'm not going there. Yeah, I'm not being party to a lawsuit. They robbed Stan Musial of the MLB MVP to give it to Jackie Robinson. I know, not a woke opinion, but the truth trumps robbery, according to the texter. Anything would be better than what we've got, says the texter.
304-TALK-304 is the text line. Still time to text your steams in. You can also give us a call. Still got a couple of minutes. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. That is the phone line. Worried about paying for college? Well, Metro News is proud to present the 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program, where one high school junior in West Virginia will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College. That includes room, board, tuition, and fees. For details, go to WVMetroNews.com, click the Apply Now button. Deadline is May 3rd. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program, presented by Greer Industries and the West Virginia Hospital Association. Again, May 3rd is the application deadline. Go to WVMetroNews.com. Apply today. May 3rd. That is coming up quick. May 3rd is the application deadline. Texter says, Dave, I just saw on Facebook that it's your wife's birthday, so you better wish her a happy birthday now that we know she actually exists, says the texter. Yeah, some people would think that that is a conspiracy. It is indeed my wife's birthday, so happy birthday, Mrs. Wilson. Although she doesn't listen to the show, so She will not have heard that. But you all can vouch for me, and I will get bonus points later.
Happy birthday.
304 Talk 304. A guy. Let me see. I think this is okay. A guy asks a girl to go to a dance. She agrees and rents a suit. The line is long, so he waits and gets the suit. He buys flowers, so he goes to the flower shop. The wait line is long, but he gets the flowers. He picks up the girl. They go to the dance. There's a long line to the dance, but he finally gets in. Finally, they're at the dance. The guy offers the girl a drink. She asks for punch, so he goes directly to the drink table. There's no punch line, guys. Well done. Well done. 304 Talk 304. I need reading from the book of Tarantino, says the texter. All right, we are headed into the weekend. All right, Meadows, I got you out of here like I promised. 59:50. You can hit that tea time. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy getting outside a little bit this afternoon.
You too, man. It's a beautiful day for it. Hope the listeners get out and enjoy themselves. Happy birthday to Mrs. Wilson. That's awesome. Hopefully you guys have great plans for the weekend, and we'll regroup with everybody on Monday. How about it?
Hopefully somebody bought a cake. That's what I'm hoping. All right, that probably should be me.
I was going to say.
Have a great weekend. Metro News Midday coming up on many of these same Metro News radio stations. We'll talk to you Monday. This is Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.